refusing to label this transformation as surgical, Kris protects her image as just really disciplined. Illusion funnels all of her viewers back into her lifestyle products. So what my question is why cling to this charade when so many of these fans can sniff out all your stitches, girl? Because money. Of course, everything's about money. One week, Kris Jenner is toasting New Year's with the same seasoned mug that she has worn since the Keeping Up with the Kardashians pilot. Then, 8 weeks later, she's debuting a jaw that could cut Kevlar and a neck so smooth it could be mistaken for Stormi's baby blanket. Comment sections nearly melted. We were posting before and after edits trying to understand where are all the bruises, where are the stitches, and how do you erase 40 years of skin laxity so quickly? That mystery, celebrities announcing a bang-on new face without a single day of public downtime, has fueled one of the most viral conspiracy rants of the year. That Kelly Osbourne, Lindsay Lohan, and Kris Jenner have all visited the exact same plastic surgeon and have been looking decades younger ever since.
I have been thinking about why it is that many celebrities deny ever having had plastic surgery because I find it so puzzling. One of the wildest examples of this for me is Kate Beckinsale. This is her before and after. She appears to expressly deny not just surgery but having had Botox or fillers. And it's not even like she was asked and she had to come up with an answer on the spot, like a magazine journalist was pressing her or something. She just straight up volunteered this lie. It's bizarre because to me, it's like me denying having black afro hair. Is it anyone's business what kind of hair I have? No. But people also have eyes, so to just voluntarily deny what's obvious is just very strange. Another example is Khloe Kardashian saying that the only surgery she'd ever had to her face is one single nose job. Again, this was not something she was pressured into saying. She just randomly volunteered it.
One says, oh my gosh, she's had her third face transplant, but I've had one nose job, Dr. Raj Kanodia, and everyone gets so upset, like, why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me. You're the first person in an interview that's ever asked.
Because this is the weird part. These women don't vanish for 6 healing weeks, which is the average amount of time you need to stop looking like a stitched together football after a facelift.
So Kelly Osbourne, Lindsay Lohan, Kris Jenner, they're all going to the same doctor. This is Kelly Osbourne. This is Kelly Osbourne. This is what Kelly Osbourne used to look like. This is what Kelly Osbourne would look like if she didn't do a bunch of surgeries on her face or perhaps duplicate or replicate herself. But this is what Kelly Osbourne supposedly looks like. This is Lindsay Lohan. This is Lindsay Lohan after everything that she's been through. Right, all of a sudden she's looking like this. Yeah, we're supposed to believe it. This is Kris Jenner. This is Kris Jenner. What I find interesting is that they never take time off like from the cameras, and then they just come out looking brand new with a new face. So she's morphing into Kim. Wait, no, because now she's morphing into Kendall. It's like half the time she's Kim, half the time she's Kendall. Here's Kendall. They have the same face. Oh, but it's her mom. But this was her face in January. She aged backwards. No scarring, no bruising, no cuts, no stitches, no evidence at all. Nothing at all. Wow, that's a miracle recovery.
They hit a gala on Friday with brand new cheeks, then hit the Met on Monday looking as chiseled as ever. The absence of any swelling or noticeable stitches becomes this random weird new flex. Meanwhile, press tours and product launches roll on as if nothing ever happened. Lindsay Lohan pops up with a face so fresh it practically squeaks, and then she blames it all on her brand new natural skin tint.
We have watched Lindsay Lohan literally grow up in front of our eyes, but now it appears that she's aging in reverse. This is a selfie that Lindsay posted with her dermatologist in Dubai. So the lifting of the lateral brow could certainly be due to surgical interventions, but it could also be due to a combination of strategically placed Botox or Dysport, filler in the temple, as well as tissue tightening procedures using either radiofrequency, ultrasound to actually lift a little bit of that hooded lid. It's the overall skin quality that really strikes you when you compare these older photos with these newer photos.
Her platysmal bands in 2014 were screaming out at us. Now her neck is smooth. Very likely she's had some surgical procedures, potentially in the lower face, definitely I think on the upper eyes, upper blepharoplasty to help with heaviness, open up her eyes a little bit. Some great toxin work. Her forehead is smooth, everything looks great. She has aged backwards.
Oh my god, end me now. Skin tint? Are you for real right now? They to jail. This is diabolical work. Because obviously a pea-sized dab of niacinamide can hoist your jowls north of the equator. Everyone's guilty of a little white lie. Kris Jenner sells her new cheekbones as good lighting. Madonna says it's a new strong pillow. And Bella Hadid goes viral for teaching a 60-second tape hack while carefully avoiding the literal sutures under her hairline.
Bella Hadid is claiming that she never got the cat eye lift, but fans are calling her out for thinking that she's lying, and Bella is clapping back at them. This all stems from her British Vogue Get Ready With Me.
That cat eye thing or whatever it's called.
The top comment stating, not the original facelift / cat eye surgery influencer pretending she doesn't know the name of it. Bella clapped back and said, I will do a lie detector test just for you, Sava. Try me. A celebrity makeup artist comes to Bella's defense, saying that it's not an eye lift. They've been using tape on her, but a lot of people are not buying that. What do you guys think?
Bella Hadid thinks you're stupid, and she has not gotten the memo from the Kardashians that we're being honest about our plastic surgeries now. Watch this.
I think I've gotten a facelift or gotten that cat eye thing or whatever it's called, but I'm gonna teach you an easier way. It's like 60 seconds.
That cat eye thing or whatever it's called, girl, you know exactly what it's called. And that's okay. You don't have to lie. Just because you don't look like that naturally doesn't mean you don't look great. She's undeniably gorgeous, but to maintain this lie for so long that it's natural except for the nose is offensive. It must be so weird and confusing to have gotten work done at such a young age and now see that it's like trendy to have your natural face. I'm honestly so grateful that I didn't have the money to alter my appearance when I didn't know anything. But also I think in her case, the commentary around what she had done kind of catapulted her into the spotlight in a way that may not have happened had she not altered her appearance. What do you think?
Bro, I am so done with that. Like, I am so... The cat eye thing, like, pick me. It's enough. So let's take a step back. Why are these celebrities pretending like all of their surgeries are a simple little skincare hack and a new pillow? How does the infamous facelift from years of filler bloat to something as quick as a facial translate into profits? And more importantly, what does the damage of these little white lies have on us who simply can't Venmo $175,000 to a Beverly Hills surgeon? These are the questions that we're going to be answering today, ladies and gentlemen, so you know that you better buckle up because this is about to be a wild, wild ride. During the late 2010s, everyone with an IMDb page absolutely dabbled in a little bit of hyaluronic acid filler. It was non-surgical, reversible, and an extremely quick process. This doesn't mean that I love it, but I'm just stating the facts. But the reality is, fillers do stretch your tissue. After half a decade with it sitting in your face, of course, your skin stretches out like a marshmallow and it unfortunately doesn't retract.
So this is my skin without zero foundation and zero beauty filter. I just turned it on right now so you can see the difference. No filter. So I'm 33 and I have been really diligent about my skincare all my life. And the number one thing that I would recommend, don't get fillers. I see so many of these young girls abusing fillers for their smile lines and whatever. It is not going to age well. Lips, sure, get your lips done. But over time, that is all going to drop. It's going to age you so much. Do not get fillers.
Plus, it might even be a bigger price tag than what we're predicting, which is crazy. After the incessant use of fillers at that time, there was only one real fix. Remove the gel, trim the skin, and anchor everything a couple centimeters higher. And voila, the deep plain facelift renaissance was born. But surgery demands downtime, and downtime equals tabloids and TikTok sleuths trying to compare before and after pictures. So the celebrity agreed upon solution became sleuth. Hire a doctor who books 2-night stays in a private ambulatory suite. Hide under custom compression hoods that look like designer balaclavas. Fly home in first-class pods, then film a ring light get ready with me while you tell everybody that you finally mastered lymphatic drainage. That way, fans see a smoother face and they chalk it up to some good old gua sha. That sleight of hand actually protected endorsements too, because no skincare sponsor wants you to announce, actually, I traded my skin for $40,000 of sutures. And the problem is, TikTok has gotten much sharper. Fans began identifying scar placement behind the tragus, spotting the lateral sweep of the endoscopic brow pull, which allowed them to predict who went to which doctor. With the modern age of 2025 and how fast word spreads, people were finding out information in a matter of minutes. By 2025, we were able to unmask Kris Jenner's exact surgeon and the fee of her facelift, $174,000 American dollars if you want the BJH tension-free lift.
Kris Jenner's facelift.
I know who did it.
Do you?
Know how much it costs?
Well, how much did it cost? Just tell me.
On Kris, it might have been more. She might have had some
additional things. But I believe I'm the first person in the world to publicly identify her surgeon.
I love my life.
He's not really on social.
Yeah. Oh.
He is, but he's not active. And it's a red flag when a surgeon is very active on socials. How do you have time to be like Snapchatting my filleted asshole when you're also doing facelift? Do you know the ones I'm talking about?
Like on TikTok, I see them all the time.
For me, the quote was $174,000.
Okay.
And I am 42, so I mean...
That's a one-bedroom house in Nottingham.
The audio ended up going viral because it confirmed two truths. The work is staggering in price, and the silence surrounding it is engineering us to buy all of these topical dupes. So Lindsay Lohan might actually be the most recent blatant case.
Look at her face from over a decade ago. We can see signs of overfilling here, predominantly in the cheeks and lips. Also notice how her nose is broader and less defined. And then fast forward a few years, she went through a phase where her face has that characteristic appearance of overfilling, where the face looks puffy and has that uniform look. This is what good non-surgical and surgical work looks like, and there are so many different treatments that would have gone in to achieve this. There would be some degree of weight loss and dissolving all her previous fillers, then having it redone more precisely and in smaller quantities, probably in the mid-face, cheeks and lips. From a surgical perspective, it looks like she's had an upper blepharoplasty because her eyes are more open and there's less skin laxity in this area. Her nose is much sharper and more defined from a rhinoplasty. We can see here in a more candid photo how her face has a more natural look to it than it did a few years ago.
Does she come clean and say that her face looks so incredibly snatched because of surgery? Of course not. Instead, days later, she unveils a new dewy finish skin tint, positioned as the reason why her skin looks newborn.
Apparently, she's crediting skincare as the reason for her transformation. I'm Dr. Park, board certified dermatologist, and let's go over her routine to break down this transformation. She starts off with a cold face towel, which can help reduce puffiness and kind of help wake you up. I think this is an optional step. Nice to have. And she's a fan of Avent Redness Expert Soothing Moisturizing Cream and the Tolerance Control Soothing Cream. She also uses Peter Thomas Roth under eye patches, which are great for a little under eye refresh. In addition to hyaluronic acid, they also have caffeine and arnica to help extra with the discoloration. Lindsay has also mentioned in-office treatments like Morpheus, IPL, and lasers, so let me give you a quick rundown of those. Morpheus 8 combines radiofrequency with microneedling, which can help with skin texture and also with tightening. IPL, or Intense Pulse Light, targets pigmentation and gives a more overall even skin. Looking at her recent photos, I wouldn't be surprised if she has a little bit of Botox and filler on board too. Look at how smooth her forehead is even when she's talking.
It's this new classic bait and switch. Package everything as skincare. Even better if it's a skincare product that you're selling. So hopefully your fans fall for the lie and begin buying as many products as possible. Cue the Kylie Cosmetics pipeline. That strategy taps straight into what behavioral economists call the scarcity halo. If we believe that Lindsay Lohan's new glow is product-based, then we'll treat her new skincare, skin tint, whatever skin launch like it's beauty contraband. Because who wouldn't pay $48 to dodge a scalpel? But there's just one catch. A topical formula can brighten your skin's pigment, but it cannot relocate your malar fat pads a full centimeter north. The absolute lie between what surgery can achieve and what serums can achieve is precisely the void that marketers need to hide if they want repeat sales. At this point, in 2025, Kris Jenner is the poster woman of the stealth facelift. On January 1st, she posted a champagne selfie looking, well, 68. By late March, she debuted a neckline smoother than Kendall's with zero evidence of bruising, which made everyone freak out. But the weirdest thing was this: Kris Jenner never logged off to recover. Her calendar stayed full of Hulu confessionals, Palm Springs dinners, and then a quick cameo in Paris. Well, I'm finally here to reveal how she did it.
So, I get this question all the time. How do celebrities and certain people of high profile get liposuction or get a BBL without anybody knowing? Well, the answer is really meticulous details, okay? So if you notice with a lot of my liposuction surgery patients, I use these tiny little ports. And you put these in the skin so you can make your tiny little access, and then they heal beautifully that nobody ever sees it. So the other part of that is you can hide these access sites in very hidden places. Inside the belly button, no one will ever see. Or on the buttock crease, no one ever see that either. And then sometimes in the waistline. But if you're going to do the waistline, you definitely want to use one of these and make sure it's hidden in that underwear or bikini line. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you hide a liposuction or BBL result.
Her secret is a fusion of cutting-edge endoscopic techniques and access to 24/7 aesthetic nursing, which is a privilege that shields the healing process from the public eye.
Facelift surgery has just entered a new era. And let me remind you, she is nearly 70 years old. If we look back at Kris a few years ago, we can see, she still maintains great structure and volume for her age. Her cheeks remain contoured and her jawline is defined. But we can still see some signs of aging with her slightly hooded eyes, visible marionette lines, mild jowling, and wrinkles around her mouth. Looking at her neck, it does appear lax and you can see some crepiness of the skin. Fast forward to today and Kris looks decades younger. She has a jawline of someone in their 20s. Those marionette lines have vanished and her neck angle is now a lot more sharp and sculpted. Her eyes have opened up and her skin is looking smoother and radiant, particularly at her neck where the crepiness is much improved.
By refusing to label this transformation as surgical, Kris protects her image as just really disciplined. That illusion funnels all of her viewers back into her lifestyle products. If you think you too can bounce back from age 60 plus laxity by buying her collagen chews, of course you'll buy them. So what my question is why cling to this charade when so many of these fans can sniff out all your stitches, girl? Because money. Of course, everything's about money. A celebrity's face is its very own ad network. The second that Kris Jenner actually openly admits to this lift, any sort of anti-aging endorsements that she could get paid for, they go out the window. It loses implicit credibility because you think she was using that product for anti-aging when, honey, she spent 175,000 American dollars for that anti-aging.
Kris Jenner is a marketing genius. If you don't already know this, here's a video on why she is so incredibly good at what she does. She owns her family's flaws, imperfections, and controversies and makes a brand out of it. A great example of this is Kylie's lip kit. One of the biggest hypes of 2014-2015 was whether or not Kylie Jenner's lips were fake or real. And they turned this into a money-making machine with their Kylie Jenner lip kit. Here's the second reason. The Kardashians have it all. They have the money, they have the fame, they have the influence, but there's one thing that they don't have, and that's credibility. And enter Kim K's advocacy for criminal justice reform and her pursuing a law degree. Because what gives you more credibility than a respected profession that is a lawyer? And at its core, they're selling you sex appeal, perfection, and the idea of doing it all.
You probably shouldn't spend $120 on her glow drops if the underlying lift cost roughly the price of a starter condo. By contrast, if she keeps the scalpel in the dark, then every single product seems plausible. Plus, TikTok's algorithm of course applauds controversy and disbelief. Clips accusing Bella Hadid of gaslighting her entire fan base into thinking that her face is actually natural when it's not, they're obviously gonna get way more views than a wholesome confessional video. So ironically, the longer a celeb denies surgery, the more viral speculation snowballs, benefiting the algorithm and the celebrity's reach. Especially when they launch a beauty line amid the chaos. Like, great sales are coming in, baby. Bella's cat eye denial spawned thousands of stitches calling her dishonest. But most of the time, all these stitches are doing are offering free distribution, which ends up meaning that she's gonna sell more perfumes. Deep plane facelift specialists have actually become underground celebrities themselves, except they deliberately ghost social media. If your facelift doctor has time to film TikTok comedy skits, maybe take a step back. I'm not saying anything about Dr. Miami. You know what I mean? Like, no tea to Dr. Miami. Elite surgeons thrive off secrecy. No hashtags and no before and afters. That secrecy inflates both price and mystique. And when a name leaks, a la Kris Jenner, it's a literal gold rush. A bunch of less popular celebrities and actors and maybe even millionaire influencers will rush to that surgeon's page in order to get a little bit of a taste of what Kris Jenner has achieved. But at this point, I think we're nearing a cultural fatigue, and this is gonna end up being the same trend as what we saw in the 2020s BBL craze.
So many girls in their early 20s are having a ton of plastic surgery, and then they just end up looking like a 32-year-old version of themselves. If you just waited like 6 years and got a little bit of lip filler, you probably would have been fine. But now you're gonna look 10 years older than yourself for the rest of your life. Is that what you wanted?
History backs this up. Every aesthetic bubble eventually pops. Twig legs of the 90s gave way to the curve worship of the late 2010s, which led to everyone's obsession with Pilates princesses and clean girls and so on and so forth.
Mark my words, the plastic surgery epidemic obsession with perfection is going to become the new BBL years from now. People are going to look back and be like, oh my God, why the fuck did we all get surgery? And then, everyone's going to be natural. Natural beauty is going to be in, and all these BBL body ass plastic surgery ass bitches are going to be looking stupid. They're going to be looking dumb.
Just look at Cardi B Coachella, it's over. I can't look at Nicole Kidman the same. Nicole Kidman, put it down. Baby girl, oh my God, that was baby fat. That was baby buckle booty filler fat. Like, what was that movie? Like, thank God I never watched it, but every time I saw the previews, it was just like Nicole Kidman, deer in the headlights, like, ooh, big fat pillow face. I'm sorry, queen. You look way better before. Natural beauty will be so rare and so hot. And this is what I've been trying to say. Like, and this is what I'm gonna put on my tombstone, honey. I'll tell my boyfriend to take notes on that. Write that in my will. That's what I want on my tombstone. Being poor once again has saved me. Yes, 54,000 likes. Like, you guys think that I don't agree with that? Like, literally, I live with my mom and dad. Like, just wanted to let you know. Yet that looming backlash is exactly why these celebrities lie and are so secretive today. If they never admit to the lift, they can always ride on the cycle of, I've always believed in aging gracefully. They can just ignore and then hide the evidence later, which is easier than retracting a surgeon's name drop. We can jokingly call Hollywood a hive of shape-shifting aliens all transferring consciousness, but the reality is, it's honestly true. Faces are literally morphing overnight, and the truth is there's nothing we can do to stop it. Celebrities are probably going to keep doing it until the world ends because they can and they can afford to do so. Someday the beauty standards will dump this whole surgery craze into the cringe bin with the 2020s awkward and weird BBL. When that happens, screenshots of these denials will resurface as memes side by side with all of these miracle serums that they hawked. But until then, our best defense is having common sense. And it's literally in plain sight. Understand that a $174,000 facelift, it cannot be replicated with a $40 serum, babe. If you're gonna be buying Hailey Bieber products, just know you will not look like her without the filler. Remember that the scalpels are always hiding behind that serum. I promise. I think it's so important that we go ahead and always kind of call out when these things are happening. Just like that one creator who was talking about Bella Hadid lying, just call it out because some people actually don't know, which is crazy to me. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, you can throw it a big fat thumbs up and also comment down below and let me know what kinds of videos you guys would like to see in the future. You know, I only make these videos because these are the ones that you request, and girly, I'm only making the videos that you want to see. If you enjoyed this video, you could go ahead and click here and learn all about Kylie Jenner admitting to her boob job after years of denying it. The tea is hot and I am pissed. You guys know I love you and I only make these videos because I truly want the best for you. Have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.